You ready? All right. Good evening, everybody. It's 6 p.m. on Monday, March 16th, 2006. Given that we've got a quorum here, I will call this meeting of the Planning and Zoning Commission of the Town of Copper Canyon to order. Our first item is public input. Citizens can address the Planning and Zoning Commission during this portion of the meeting. Pursuant to Texas Open Meeting Acts, we may not work or discuss on anything that's not on the agenda. Is there any public input at all? Hearing none, seeing none, we will close the public input. We will have a development update from our town administrator.
Thank you, Commissioner. We've got Ani Ranch. As you guys know, they set up a batch plant about a week ago, and now they're tearing it down. They've got all the one internal road, the loop, all completed. So they'll move on to the next phase as far as getting in the infrastructure as it relates to gas, water, and all those things. So it's moving pretty quick. Copper Knolls Estates, they're still working on that north fence, and so once they get that done, we'll try to get them get the acceptance done, and then they can start, building houses after that. But those are the two developments that we've got, and that's what's going on.
All right, one quick update on our friends over on Jernigan. They're still fighting with Upper Trinity in terms of the water pipe work. There appeared to be a settlement, but there's not.
Right, okay.
So that's still in dispute.
Good to know.
All right.
I had just a quick question on the development. The ranch, has the developer given us, you guys, any kind of schedule of time when they're gonna start their first home building or anything like that?
We have asked that question, and he is not, as of today, he is not. So, but we keep asking him kind of who's doing it, and that's everything, and apparently it's a custom builder that's gonna come in and do all the lots.
Okay. I have the HOA.
Yes. I can push him a little bit more, see if we can get a date from him. But obviously he has to complete all of his infrastructure, and we gotta do the acceptance and all that, so, depending weather and all those things, probably be a couple months.
Okay. All right. Our next item is our consent agenda. The only item on the consent agenda are the minutes of our February 9th meeting. I'll make a motion. We approve the consent agenda. Do I hear a second? Is anyone opposed to the motion? Hearing none, it's approved unanimously. Okay, the item for discussion tonight is no item for discussion tonight. We will open a public hearing now at 6:02 p.m. To discuss the Hacienda de los Sueños. I will point out that we previously reviewed this property when it was known as Quarter Horse Estates. It's got a pretty new name, very sexy, I like it. But the materials did not arrive in time for the town staff to do what they need to do to tell us it's approved for our review. Therefore, we have nothing to review and nothing to discuss. However, because we have noticed, nevertheless, it's been noticed, therefore we must have the public meeting because we said we would have one. However, because we're not actually discussing it, we will leave the meeting open until our next meeting, which will be in a month on April 20th, when we will hopefully have everything together and we can have something to discuss and consider. So is there anybody who wants to make a presentation at this public hearing, knowing that they'll have to do it again in a month? Seeing none, I'll close the public hearing at 6. Wait.
I don't have a presentation, but I have questions. Can I ask questions?
Certainly, step right up. It is a public hearing.
Pretty much talking with us.
Yeah, exactly. Well, this is more information that I've had about what's going on there. So I own the property just across from the city hall, and so I'm going to be the neighbor of this property. Have not heard any details about what is planned. So do you guys have no details about what is planned either?
We have no details.
Okay.
Otherwise,
so
we'd be discussing
in the general process and just understanding how the city works and how developers should be behaving in the community, should they be providing information to their neighbors prior to these hearings?
We recommend they do that, but we can't force them to do that, and so we send out public notices on the public hearing.
Right, which is why we knew that this was happening.
So that's how you guys get the information. Absolutely.
I will tell you twice around us it's happened, and both times the developer came into our neighborhood and invited us to come and ask questions for how the development's going to play out.
Yeah, so I would recommend that the city do more to suggest to the developers that they they connect with their neighbors.
Sure.
I was here at the last hearing, which was very difficult conversation between two neighbors. And if we can get just smarter about how we do the process, then down the road, we won't get into those kinds of situations.
Sure, yeah, we definitely recommend all.
So I will go and ask for some information now
Sure.
as a neighbor, but it would be nice to have the city do more than recommend it, if that's possible. I don't know what
Once,
the law.
once we receive the materials, they will be public and they will be
Correct.
here and you can
So then we
review
can
them.
come here to the city to get
Yeah.
copies?
Yeah, so as soon as the packets go on, usually a week prior, they go on our website, so it becomes public
Okay.
information after that, for sure.
Okay.
Once you've got it, then you could have
So
more
they just
pointed
missed it
questions.
for this hearing? Oh, it
Yeah,
is there?
It's currently on the website. It's usually a week prior, or, that Tuesday before, we'll post it on the
Okay,
website.
that's good to know.
Yeah.
Okay, so you do more,
Yes.
sorry.
Yeah,
But anyway, I just think just in the future, helping people understand that would be helpful.
sure.
All right, anyone else to speak at public hearing? All right, we'll try this again. Hearing none, we'll conclude the public, we will leave the public hearing open. We will temporarily adjourn it at 6:06 PM. I see no reason to have a executive session. And there being no further business to present before this commission tonight, the meeting stands adjourned at 6:06. See now, you doubled the length of our meeting. No, we gotta be, what was it, Sheila? We had one several years ago that was 3 minutes.
This is the best meeting I've been to in 2 weeks, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, easiest